What's up?
What's up?
Oh, not shit. How you doing?
I'm doing, my brother. I'm doing. Yourself?
Oh man, I'm here.
That's
Sitting in
good.
the cold ass basement.
Oh,
You
see,
must
I'm
have
glad.
you must have central heat and air in your shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I don't.
but
It's
but I am so glad for the cool basement.
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, it's nice during the summer, but in the winter, it's like it sucks. So, but welcome everybody to Talkbox Live. Mr. Blevins Vox here, your host and your co-host, Mr. Keith Caruso, and his cup of tea.
The monkey to your organ grinder, my man.
Yeah, yeah. And tonight we have our very special guest. Tonight is Mr. Jeff, and I hope I'm saying this right, Losawyer.
Losawyer.
I think it's Losawyer. I kept for the last 2 weeks. I've been saying to myself Losawyer, and I was like, no, that ain't right. So I said Losawyer. So I think I got it right.
Okay.
But either way, it's one of those. But I'm pretty sure it's Losawyer. But
Okay.
we're gonna be bringing him on, and as a matter of fact, I'll bring him on right this second here.
It's Losawyer.
It is Losawyer. Okay.
Yep.
I kept saying it wrong, and for some reason, like every time I typed it, I was like, "No, there's a W and a Y," and it didn't, dawn on me.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden, I was like, "Wait a minute!" Just this afternoon, I went, "Oh, that's Losawyer."
That's it. Man, everyone messes that name up. I'm surprised you got it right, man. Did good.
Oh, well, like I said, it took me, saying it to myself a few times and telling people, and to get it right. So I've never been corrected, so I got it right on my own.
You could have asked me what I thought. I could have given you my 2 cents worth.
Well, you were at the damn watching the Reds fucking play or whatever the hell that shit is.
That's right. Opening day, baby. Opening day.
I couldn't. I wasn't going to bug you on that. So, but Keith, Jeff.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you, sir. Good. Yourself?
I'm not bad. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Hanging in there, I should say.
Yeah. Keith is I call him my Eddie Trunk. My poor man's Eddie Trunk. He's not he's not knowledgeable of everything. If you ask him something about the 90s, he's gonna fucking run because he don't know shit about the 90s. But 80s and 70s, man, he fucking knows. He knows a lot of shit. So
I can tell you more useless.
You ask him, he's one of these guys like Eddie. I'm serious. You ask him a damn question, and he goes, "Yeah, oh, that was so and so that produced that album, and the engineer on this album." And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about it, but they do. I just like,
I do.
I know I do too. I just like fucking with him.
Normal people don't. Maybe
but I have to. I was to say, but I have to think when my daughters were born, though. You know what I mean?
That's how it works.
Well, you got two. I only got one. It's easier to remember one. So. Anyway, but yeah, Mr. Jeff Losawyer, and he is with the band Voodoo Moonshine. Yep. So, how'd that name come about? I'm curious because with my band Voodoo 13,
I don't know, man. I started the band after I had left LA in '92, and I landed in Memphis, and so I was writing a lot of acoustic type campfire-y songs,
mm-hmm.
And I guess maybe what I was writing, it just kind of gave me that vibe. So I that's how the words came together, man. I wish there was some deep story about it, but basically I thought the words looked cool together, And,
yeah, no doubt. Well, I like it. I mean, I like voodoo. I'm not saying I like voodoo. Who knows? We won't talk about all that. But being from the South, it's easy. Lived right next.
It just gave me like some kind of. It's like some mystical high, some mystical drunk. So that Zeppelin-y,
yeah,
weird aura around everything.
Yeah, so. Yeah. But then, of course, the moonshine. And if you're in the South, from the South, anything to do with the South, I mean, moonshine, whiskey, it's all,
Yeah, Yeah, and that's the bad thing when you have a name like Voodoo Moonshine and you don't drink. You know, people come up to the show and they always bring moonshine, and you don't want to be a dick and not take it. So, I'll fake shot it and go back and spit it in a cup. And sometimes I forgot that I spit it in the cup and I end up drinking it. And I had some good stories about that, but
That's hilarious. Well, yeah, and and it's not just the name Moonshine. Being in a rock band and being on stage, people are going to bring you whiskey or some sort of shots or beer or something.
Yep.
So
then you tell them nobody drinks in the band. It's like, what is wrong with you guys?
I know. I used to not drink. I still don't drink. I mean, I might drink one beer a month, but that was a big thing back in the 90s. Everybody's like, dude, you don't drink? You're in a rock and roll band. What's wrong with you? I'm like, you don't have to drink to have fun, to enjoy yourself. And people, I got friends that play sober one time and they go, holy shit, look what I was missing.
Yep.
So
I've never been so fucked up ever, and the whole time I've played. So I remember most train wreck shows. Unfortunately, I remember the bad shows too because I wasn't fucked up.
The same can be said about going to a concert and drinking too much and not remembering the show. Back in the day, when I was living in California, going to some shows back in the 80s and stuff, there's a few shows I had a few too many, we'll just say, beers. And, while you're there, you're having a great time, you're soaking it all in. But then afterwards, it's like, hey, I got a T-shirt, but I guess I must have been at that show because that's all I can remember, and it's like, well, that sucks.
Missed it all.
Exactly. And it sucks.
And now, not only can you have video of the show, somebody's going to have video of you being a dumbass at the show. So
there's that too.
Yeah. Yep. So you got to kind of watch all that stuff nowadays. But, I did all my stupid shit before, camera phone, before there was even a phone, a cell phone. So,
at least then I could have saw what the show was like, though, and I would,
you're right.
I can see it.
You're right. You're right. So, I mean, hell, I got knocked out by a bottle of whiskey, and it was half full at a Poison concert. I want to say it was Poison, David Lee Roth. It was 86-ish, maybe. 87. Yeah, something like that. And somebody from in the stands, we was in the Coliseum, somebody threw a half empty Jim Beam bottle, and that sumbitch caught me right there. And I went down to one knee, and I almost got knocked out. And I came up, and I was just like, where the hell am I at?
Right.
So yeah, concerts are fun, man. Been seen some stabbings. Concerts. That was a damn Aerosmith concert.
Where the hell did you go?
What I want to do is be drunk in the middle of some shit like that,
I hate crowds anyway.
It's
spooky because people can do, some crazy shit. But yeah, it was Aerosmith. It was 80, 86, 87. It was Aerosmith, 38 Special, and Ted Nugent. So yeah, killer show. Good stuff.
Good show for a stabbing, huh?
Huh?
Good show for a stabbing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that happened actually before the concert started, so that they got that guy out of there and took the other people to the hospital and shit. So it was all good. So, but yeah, let's talk about Voodoo Moonshine. So, you said you started doing it yourself as campfire type stuff, and when you moved to Memphis, when did you actually form the band?
Well, So I started. I formed the band in around 2003. With Lonnie Hammer was the drummer. Trey Madsen, my brother-in-law, was the other guitarist, and then my singer that I'd had for 20 years. He left LA also. So we started it in 2003. Because I was just had moved to Memphis and didn't really know anybody and kind of just retired. LA was And we had a management deal and all kinds of stuff going on out there. And, LA was just a nightmare.
Yeah.
Were you still under the same name, Voodoo Moonshine, in LA?
No, it was a totally different band. And, so when I got to Memphis, I really didn't do shit. I didn't want to do anything. I knew I didn't want to go back to LA. I liked what was coming out of Memphis in case I was going to, do it. I
You said that was 92. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, you had Tora and Roxy Blue and EMN. I liked that music as opposed to the hair farmers that were, poisoning out in LA.
Yeah.
Right.
So I liked that. So I ended up breaking down all through Arkansas and actually broke down in Memphis and ended up just staying.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a way to pick a spot to live, but what the hell,
Too much. Yeah. So that was in 92. So I didn't really do anything. I mean, I'd go to clubs and, see what the scene was like and, work and still playing with myself and writing and stuff. Didn't really get back into it until I had met Lonnie. He needed a guitar player to fill in for a chosen reunion show he was doing. And, I said, well, I'll do it if you, play drums on this band I want to put together. And he did. And, that's when it started, 2003. It just started from there, and things unexpectedly started happening. And so we put the CD out. I believe in 2005 was when the CD got distributed and put out.
Okay.
And, so we were busy for about 3 years. And then I took another long ass break in 2009. My grandmother got ill. A bunch of people got ill back in Oklahoma. So I went back home ended up staying a couple of years. And so I'm like a lazy ass for like 10 to 12 years at a time because I didn't do anything again. I stayed there for 2 years and went back to Memphis and recorded what the album is now. I started recording it and finished it in 2011 and shelved it. I shelved this album. And only about 3 years ago, I'd got a lot of weird, random messages, from industry people liking the band and the old songs. So I thought, well, shit, I guess I got to get the band together, man.
Getting the band back together.
So that's how it happened. I mean, I had taken off for, like I said, I finished the album in 2011 and just stopped, just shelved it, didn't do nothing with it. And then I got the singer I have now 3 years ago. I found him online doing some Steelheart songs, and I convinced him to join the band. We redid the album, and so this, I say it all the time in interviews, this is like a broke-ass version of, I don't know, Def Leppard or Guns N' Roses taking 10 to 12 years to put out an album, because it did. It took 10 years, Even though it was complete, we redid it all.
Wow. Yeah. And where are y'all located now? Georgia area?
I'm in Georgia. I'm the only one. Everyone else is in Florida. I don't want to move to Florida.
Okay.
I just, the older I'm getting, the more, it's funny when you're young, because I was born in Oklahoma. I'm like, man, I can't wait to get out of this shithole. I got to go to LA. I got to go to New York. I had to be big city. Now I'm older. I'm like, I want the fucking country. I don't want to be around people. So I keep moving further and further out to the country. So all my guys are in Florida and I'm in Georgia.
Okay.
And, when we got something to do, shows, videos, whatever we got to do, they'll either come here or I'll go there. We do what we got to do and be done with it.
Yeah.
I come to my mountaintop and hide, Yeah.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That's cool. I got a fear of being way out in the country and not close to a hospital. So I don't know what kind of fear that is, but that's why I like living closer to the city.
Yeah, you do take that into consideration when you decide to live out in the country, because, there may not be a hospital or police for, 50 miles. So you don't need that, especially if you got a condition.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I think my condition of not wanting to be around a bunch of jerks is is really strong.
Overpowers that. Yeah. Well, I could imagine. Man. Yeah, I've known plenty of people that moved out there and then moved out, moved away. Left in the 90s, left in the 80s, and then ultimately came back or went somewhere else. So so now Voodoo Moonshine, do y'all have what's your social media stuff?
Everywhere, dude. We got all kinds of crap I don't even know about. I mean, our websites, but I didn't even know we had like a Twitter page and all this other stuff. Luckily, Pina management handling all that, and we got publicists. But so we got the typical social media stuff: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Of course, we got our website, VoodooMoonshineRocks.com. Then of course we're with Dark Star Records. So whatever they have, at this point in my life, I'm just trying to be the guitar player and the songwriter, and try to get that done. But everything's pretty well established. It was a nightmare, obviously, that COVID hit, and it screwed up a lot of bands and things like that. And at that time, we were wanting to get business in order, and it gave us time to get business in order, get our videos done, get ready for the release. The CD just got released February 4th. And it's done well, man. It's really surprising because we've actually right now we've got 2 songs that are on billboards. Bring It Down, our new single, or our latest single, I couldn't get it to peak, man. We were hoping, so we got to 201 on Billboard. We were hoping for that 200 at least. We have sometimes just one is on there, and I think it's like 460 something. And that's we're not setting the world on fire, but man, when it's something, any little thing helps. Multiple charts, it doesn't increase your obviously wallet, because we're in the wrong business if we want to get rich.
Amen.
So it's little things like that.
But you know what, that's an achievement though.
Well, yeah, it really is. And it's and we look at all those. We're at like 150,000 views on this video, and it's like that's no big deal. You got those girls that are just getting 5 million views for eating their fucking guacamole salad, but it's important to us because, I mean, if it exceeds anything we've done before, it's a big deal. Right now we're up for the ISSA, the International Singer-Songwriters Association. We're nominated for 4 awards: Video of the Year, me for the Album of the Year, Band of the Year, and some other, one other one I can't remember. Some of these things, even if they don't, mean a whole lot, they mean a whole lot to us.
Exactly. So, and that's just like I said, that's another achievement, and maybe not a goal, but it is an achievement of getting being recognized and nominated. I mean, shit, that's the
whole industry is totally different than what it used to be. Everything was gauged on CD sales and shit. That doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole situation's different. We've sold out a few times. We've had multiple orders from the record label to get more CDs to them and things like that. But the whole industry is totally different now, and getting any kind of royalties, you're lucky if you get anything. And unfortunately, we have all the Spotify and all the streaming, and I can't stand it, but it's a necessary evil. They don't pay us shit, but nobody in Indonesia would hear us if we didn't have it.
Exactly.
It's a necessary evil this day and age, unfortunately.
It is. And when we talk to our publicists or management, they mention that shit to me, and I'm like, I don't even want to know about it, because I know we got to have it, but I don't want it, because it pisses me off so bad, that they're making so much money off us hardworking, artists, and we get nothing.
Yeah.
I think it was Peter Frampton had to go to went to freaking. I forgot what the numbers were, but it was some ridiculous amount, 250 million, and he's got like $2,500 for it. 250 million streams, and he gets, $2,500. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, that's like us. I checked the World DistroKid that we put up through all that. It puts it up to tons of places, and all of them combined. I mean, just Spotify, not counting everything. I don't even know the rest of it, but just Spotify is like over 50,000, streams, which is not a lot, but it's a lot for us. We dig the shit out of it. But I looked at the bank on DistroKid, and they owe us like $56. I was like, holy shit, we're rich.
I got a royalty statement a couple of years back from BMI. I'm with BMI. And one of our songs from the first album was played on 4 major airlines. And I don't know if it was on a commercial. I don't know if it was while they're sitting on the tarmac. I have no idea. Right. But it was played on American, JetBlue, Delta, the 4 major airlines. And I got like 16 cents. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So
it was not worth the fucking paper they sent it on.
It's really not. But so that's why everything we're doing right now is self-serving. You want to do everything to make the fans happy. You want to get your crowd, but you never know, man. Anything we do might be the last time we do anything. So I at least want us to be happy with what we do. Write the songs we write, not write what's hip and happening and hot at the moment.
Exactly.
You can say we're throwback to the 80s. You can say whatever the hell you want. I don't care. If they like it, it seems to be working.
Exactly.
We're getting a lot of plays all over, so we're just sticking to what we want to do.
It has that retro nostalgic sound, but you can't say it sounds just like the 80s or anything like that. So,
but what the problem is, though, with that, though, the problem is because the landscape of music changed where, it went from Nirvana to the Scream. When you got a guy that can sing his ass off 5 octaves and you still do guitar solos, then they consider that usually throwback, to that 80s shit. And it used to bother me. And luckily in all the reviews, and especially since the CDs come out, the comparisons are never the same from each reviewer. They'll say, oh, it sounds like Buck Cherry. Oh, it sounds like Whitesnake. Oh, it sounds like Tesla. As long as they don't say it sounds like shit, I'm cool with any of it.
Exactly.
So, and we're trying to stay ahead of the game, because we already, Bring It Down was this last single, and it's ran its course. It's still playing, the video's still doing well, and it's still charting, and it's still being played. But when we did the video, I think back in November or something, we went ahead and did 2 videos at once. I wanted to stockpile. We got the album done. I want a video ready for around May or June.
Right.
We're ahead of the game. We're already recording for the next album, and the CD just came out, last 2 months ago. So because it's a lot easier to write in this room as opposed to on the back of a tour bus or in a bathroom of a hotel. So we're just trying to play things smart. It's hard to do though sometimes.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, Keith. I know you got a question.
Yep.
Well, I was gonna ask about the whole Spotify and the comparison to Spotify to say like Napster or whatever. So because like I'm not a Spotify guy. So my stuff, I mean, I'm the hard disk. If you look behind me, you can see I don't download my music.
Mm-hmm. You know why? Because you're 20. That's the problem. I mean, the 20-year-olds do it. I mean, we are different. We're older. We want to look at that. We want to see who produced it. We want to see the stuff that he was talking about that that no one else knows. That's because you read that shit. Nobody wants to hear that now. They want to just hit play and it's background noise.
So, like, I remember the big controversy with Lars from Metallica and stuff over Napster and all that kind of crap. And back in the day when Napster and BearShare and LimeWire and some of these other streamings were popular,
I actually heard those in years.
Well, I used to use those, But what I used them for was research. And I know it sounds like a load of bullshit. You know, he's just getting free music, but it's not. What I would do is I would take a band like yours, I'd download everything I could get from you and check it out. If I liked it, obviously I would probably keep it in my library, but then I go out and I'm like, okay, now, where do I find this band live? When can I see them? Where can I see them? But more importantly, I'm going to my record store, or I'm going on eBay, or I'm going on somewhere on, you know, your website, whatever, and I'm getting the physical copy here because I want the physical copy.
And that would be great if other people did that too.
And so I'm using it as a research tool, and I used it as a research tool until, you know, they pretty much all went by the wayside.
Right.
You know, so I was just wondering how the royalties, you know, you were talking about that, how that all went down with royalties from Napster as compared to Spotify. How
it's all the same. To me, it's all the same. Anthony, are you there?
Yeah.
He is here, yes.
What's up, Mr. Quarter?
Hey.
Mr. Tora?
Hey, Anthony. Well, what do you think? Spotify and Napster to me is the same.
Yeah, he could probably answer this for us.
Hold on a second. Hey, turn your mic up a little bit, can you, Anthony?
Right here, is that okay?
There we go. There we go. I got you.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to see y'all, man.
I haven't talked to you in a long time. How's things going?
Man, everything is going great. We're a little bit in some crazy weather right now, so if I lose you guys, we're under some kind of tornado watch or something right here.
No, it's coming our way, Anthony.
Uh-oh.
We're getting it about between 9 and 2 o'clock this morning. We're supposed to be getting it all.
Man, I'm so excited to talk to y'all. Thank you for giving me a platform, you know, and a voice to your audience. I just really appreciate you guys having me on here, man.
Oh yeah. Well, I had no idea that you and Jeff knew each other. I should have known with Jeff stopping off, and he was just talking about. He said, you know, just stopping or breaking down, should I say, in Arkansas and Memphis, and then ended up just staying in Memphis.
Yeah, well, when I started talking to Anthony, I was in Murfreesboro. I was living in Murfreesboro. You were in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we know a lot of all the same people. We were just so excited when we started talking to each other, man. We had a lot of, I mean, the industry's really small. You guys know that. You kind of all the same people. And geographically, when you get around Arkansas and Memphis and all that, we're all kind of bumping into each other all the time. So it was fun. And I'm enjoying his music, man, watching him online. I love the music that he's doing. And they've been traveling a little bit. Now that things are opening back up, I'm just so excited for everybody that we can get back around each other again, you know?
Yeah, I'm hoping that we can get a show together at some point. All of us.
Me too.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
And bring that show north, boys. Bring it north.
Yeah, man.
Anthony, aren't y'all planning going up north?
We are doing a few shows. We're just kind of starting to come out of this, y'all. I think our last show together was in September of 21. We went and did the Rock Timber Festival up there. It was one of the things we haven't done. It's been going on for a long time. It's up the Grand Casino in Hinckley, Minnesota.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. I had played a little bit of acoustic shows, but we took the band just to see what it felt like. It was our first kind of outing while COVID was going on. And man, y'all, not to get way off subject, but I remember we played in 2020. We played in Denver, was a show with the Wolfpack guys. Y'all probably know Anthony Lucero and all those guys. And we went out there and we got on the plane and I said, hey, we were planning to go in the studio. We had dates on the books just like everybody did. And I said, hey, I'll see you in a couple of weeks. We're coming to Memphis. And there was just a tiny rumbling of this pandemic thing going on. And nobody knew what it was at that time, you know. Well, the next thing I knew, middle of March, like the whole rest of everybody, man, the whole world stopped. And we didn't see each other for 14 months, man. I saw him on video. Thank God for technology, and we could write and, you know, pick guitars and talk to each other, but not in the same room until May of last year. We went down to Young Avenue Sound in Memphis on my birthday, man, believe it or not. And we all got together to record some tracks. And man, before we even set up or anything, we drug our amps in the same room. We just hugged each other first, and then we just cranked up. We were so happy to see each other. We said, don't even worry about mic anything up. We just want to crank up and play together. You know, it's been so long. So May and then 4th of July, we did 2 sessions at Young Avenue Sound. We got a guy named Adam Hill that's working on the tracks with us now. but we put everything on hold, you know. And so in September, we kind of tiptoed out and just to see what it felt like. And we flew together. We stayed at a hotel. We drove to the venue. We played the show. We got back in the car, got on an airplane, came home, and we were all on a thread. We said, just think about it for a day or two, because we had about 5 or 6 shows that were pushed back from 2020 and 21. And I said, y'all think about it and let's see how we feel. And man, we didn't get to interact with the crowd. We did from the stage, but we wanted to hug them and see them and do the merch and, you know, all that. That's the reason that we still love going, is we want to see everybody.
Yeah.
And so we said, until, you know, as a band, they said, until we can do that kind of stuff, let's pull back for a second. And so then I jumped in and did a few of the acoustic things just to, you know, complete some contracts. We talked to the promoters, and some of them were still kind of saying, man, people aren't sure about their tickets and if they want to be out around all this. And I said, well, hey, if you have anybody who wants to show up, I'm willing to grab my guitar and come. I miss everybody really bad. I want to come play if everybody feels like you're safe. And so I did about five shows, I guess, at the end of last year. So cranking back up now, we just did a private event over in Arkansas. And that was our first time. I rehearsed with them Friday night. We went and played the show Saturday, and man, it felt so good just to be around everybody. We were in a little tiny bar, and everybody was up in your face, and just, I loved it. You know, we thrive in it. And so we're excited about that. And then we're doing Beale Street Music Fest is coming up April 30th. So we did that in 2018 was the last time we were there. So it's been a couple of years, and we're thrilled. It's going to be a little different. It's not on the river this year. Most of the time, I don't know if either.
That's weird.
It's not at Lee.
It's not. They're doing construction down there. So in Memphis, it's a tough city. Y'all know this, man. It's a river city. It's just like Louisville and St. Louis and Chicago. We're all like, you know, neighbors in each other's backyard. But they're doing a lot of good stuff down there. The city's growing. A lot of young people are sticking around. Before, you know, a few years back, they were kind of moving out. It was a lot of old money that was kind of hanging around, but there's some young people sticking around, and they're doing some renovations in the city. And downtown is, you know, blowing up. I was just talking to a guy today in California, and he was talking about it, and I'm excited about it. But it's going to be up at the on the fairgrounds this year, so it's a little bit different setup. It's in a more of a kind of a little bit of a confined area, but that's kind of good. We're all going to kind of be on top of each other, so that'll be cool. There, I think
the fairgrounds is right there next to it used to be Liberty Town or
Yeah.
Liberty.
Oh yeah, it's the big, huge Coliseum. The Stones played there in like the 70s. Monsters of Rock came through in the late 80s.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw Molly Hatchet and Ted Nugent there like in '84.
Yeah, and it's right next to the Coliseum.
Okay.
That's there. That was where they did all the wrestling, you know, events. And we saw all of our concerts there. You know, Keith and I talk about it. Their parents used to just drop them off in front of the Coliseum, and they would stand.
That would have been before the pyramid, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was before the pyramid. And so they saw everybody from, you know, David Lee Roth, Van Halen to every concert. I saw AC/DC knock the tiles out of the top of that place. They were so loud, you know, at one time when I was in high school. It was just it's a great venue, but the fairgrounds will be fun. It's a little bit, you know, going to be interesting how the bands get in and out of there with their buses and all that. I bet they have. I saw a guy that's he's the road manager for Weezer, and they're one of the bands that's going to be there. And he said that they're getting like a police car to get them in and out of there. You know, just one, not a huge escort, but he said we're going to have a way to clear the traffic. It's right in the center of town. I mean, it's a cool location to do the event.
Yeah, but those roads stuck right there, though.
Yeah.
From what I remember, those streets are a bitch to get around down there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're not. It's not big, you know, like 4-lane roads. It's like well, Central is probably the big one, and then there's one called East Parkway. They're going to kind of intersect at the corner, and that's probably how they're going to be getting in and out. But anyway, it's going to be fun. There's a bunch of great music. Rival Sons is playing. I love that singer. I can't wait to play, man. He sings his ass off, man. That guy's good. He is really good. So, and there's a few of them. We're doing the Saturday. And so we'll be there I'm going to try to spend the day and catch as much. I'm so excited just to see live music again, man. Shoot, man.
Yeah.
Get as much as I can.
I'd like to come down just to experience it. I hadn't been there since when it was called Memphis in May and Foo Fighters played. It was like 2000, 2 or 3, 1. I can't remember. It's been a while. So,
but man, you know, if you come at Memphis in May, it has the barbecue fest. So you got to make that a part of that experience. And the big deal about it is you have to know somebody's got a tent, because if you just pay and you're just kind of walking around, you might get some samples and stuff, but if you go and you got somebody that's got a tent, it is like all the food you can eat. They're in there, the competition, so they're just doing sausage cheese plates and ribs. I mean, you name it, tenderloins, anything.
Hell yeah.
They're doing it, and a bunch of people drinking and great music. It's a real experience. If you've never done it, or anybody that's listening or whatever, they need to go try that out. It's a cool way to do Memphis.
Yeah. Well, real quick here, want to say, promote the show next Saturday night, which is April 23rd in Knoxville, Tennessee, at Open Chord. And it's really cool because Open Chord actually has a Open Chord music store inside of the venue.
Man, this is awesome.
So if you break a string, you just, hey, throw me a pack, or whatever. But yeah, it's a pretty cool little venue in Knoxville. But yeah, Anthony's playing there with Ben Hines. Ben plays with PJ and Steve of Trickster doing solo stuff. He plays with the Kip Winger solo band. And I had the pleasure of opening the show. So that's going to be fun.
This is so great. I'm so excited we're getting a chance to do a show together. And
I know I've been wanting to do it forever, and finally it's happening.
I know we've been back and forth a couple of times about Louisville and Memphis and all kind of places. So this is
about Cincinnati, for Christ's sakes? Come on.
We got to do Ohio, man. We love Ohio. We spent.
I talked to you several years ago about getting you guys up here locally, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I'll bring EMN and Roxy Blue with me," and I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then,
but you know what? That was around 2019, so 2020 hit, and it was all over.
And yeah, man, we love those guys. We grew up with all those.
Yeah,
they're making killer music now. I know. I saw about a month
in Ohio.
Sorry.
Cincinnati.
Oh, okay. We played up there last year with Texas. We were at a festival at Texas Hippie Coalition. You missed us.
Yes.
We'll have to come back up.
You know what? I remember the name being where was that at? What festival?
I can't remember. I got management to remind me. I'm too stupid. I remember Texas Hippie, man. They were amazing.
You ain't getting that old yet.
We're lucky to get right, man. We're all crazy, man. We're running around nuts all the time. But we have great memories in Ohio, man. Some of we had such great reps from AM. There was a guy named Ross Grierson. I'll never forget it. He was one of our promo reps that was up there, and he knew everybody in the world. And he smoked a cigar, and he was just out. He had a bunch of people running around with him, a big, entourage of people at shows and stuff with him. And
he looked like the character from the Warrant video.
He was, he wasn't in a suit and stuff. He was kind of a party guy, and he got us in all kind of trouble when we were on the road. We had a bog doing the radio stuff with him, and he always brought a bunch of friends with him, and we always had great after parties and stuff. I remember one of my favorite tours that we ever did kicked off in Dayton, Ohio, and we went all through Ohio with the Dangerous Toys and
oh hell yeah,
LA Guns. And it was when we kicked this thing off, I'll never forget it. We were staying at some hotel, and they said, everybody go to the lobby at 7:00. Like, we had all pulled into town, and we were like, okay, they're fixing to lay the law down, because we were all excited, about getting out on the road and getting out to do it. And I thought it was going to be a totally different kind of meeting, man. We walked in, and everybody had a drink.
I remember you telling me this story.
They said, man, get ready for the best 8 weeks of your life. We're fixing to tear this place up, man. And it was awesome. We got so crazy, man. We ran off and left the drummer at the hotel. We got so excited. We took the bus and took off, and they did a head count. We had people going in and out of the buses with each other talking. And we looked up, and John wasn't with us, the drummer. We said, oh, my God, man, we've driven off and left him at the damn hotel, man.
Drummer's kind of important.
Anthony, here you go. This is the last time I remember you being in Cincinnati.
Oh, yes, man. Cincinnati. Look out. Oh, my God, this picture.
Let's see if I can get that in there.
Uh-oh.
Is that showing up? There we go.
Yeah, that looks familiar. Look out.
That was in Cincinnati at Bogart's back in '92 when you guys came up with Every Mother's Nightmare and did the Wild America tour.
Oh, my God. It was so fun. We were out on the road. I think it was the drummer's birthday. When we were out on the road with them, we tore the road up. Once we left Memphis, we had never traveled. When we were young, we got signed out of Memphis, And we had just kind of done a couple of things regionally, not really anything. But as soon as we left, I'm not kidding, the first place they sent us was New York. We drove straight through. The A&R guy rode with us in the 15 passenger van. He said, I just want to see your face the first time you see the lights of New York, the city, you know. And our eyes were this big around. We drove in and we went, oh my God. I was like, I never want to go home again. We called the record company and just said, leave us on the road. We don't want to ever go back to Memphis. We just want to stay. We don't care what it costs. Leave us out here.
So this show right here was the local radio station. It was their birthday, and they had you guys up for their birthday party. The Power Pig, they were called.
Oh wow, man!
And I was working weekends, and they were giving away tickets for the show. And I remember I was so stoked because I was wanting to see you guys so bad. And I called the station every time they were trying to give away tickets, and I was always late. Finally, I called the guy up, and I go, look, I said, I need to know when you're going to give a fucking next pair of tickets away so I can be ready. And he's like, all right, like 2 o'clock is going to be the next time we're giving tickets away. So at 1:57, I'm like,
God, I know, man.
You know,
You're doing
and
that.
I won a pair of tickets, man. And you guys all were so cool. Afterwards, you all came out and hung out, and like I said, I got that picture with you and stuff. But I was so stoked, and that show was incredible.
Oh, thanks, man.
It was incredible, and that's the only time I've ever seen you guys.
Well, we
I have yet to see Tora Tora.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, me too.
When you're with Hal at Homemade Flavor, where did y'all used to play that bar? I seen you one night play out there, but I haven't seen Tora Tora yet.
Yeah.
Stage Stop. I know y'all remember that place.
Not Stage Stop. I played there a few times. No,
It was Poplar Lounge.
Poplar Lounge. That's it, man.
On Poplar Avenue.
They had a big sign that said, "This is where the stars hang out." That was the thing that was hanging on the side of the building. It was there was a lot of really talented musicians that played there every night of the week. If you went in there, there was a called the River Bluff Clan, and the guy playing, the utility guy, had been the world champion mandolin player when he was about 14. He could play anything that had strings on it. His name's Tommy Burrows. He's still playing, around in the Memphis area. He's a super talented guy. But that River Bluff Clan played there. There was a guy from Son of Slam, Chris Scott. He played there a little bit. And every night.
I forgot about Son of Slam too, man. There's a lot of bands I forgot about back there.
That Poplar, that place you're talking about, Poplar Pub or Poplar Bar, is that the same place? Is that the same place that the 1884 Lounge is now? Was it that building?
No, it's I think it's called Rock House Live now.
Oh, Rock House Live. Okay, Zach Bear.
Yeah, because the original Poplar Lounge was across the street and it burned down, and then they moved across the street into that place, and then now it's turned into somebody else took it over, I think. But man, we spent many a night in that place. I mean, I've walked out of there when the sun was coming up. We'd stay in there with the musicians after we got done playing.
Yeah.
3 or 4 in the morning, and you sit around and have some drinks and talk and laugh and tell stories. And I've got a lot of great memories in Memphis, man. I still love it. I've been in Nashville for about 17 years, but Memphis is still home to me. The band's still based out of there.
Yeah.
And man, there's so many talented people that play. I mean, those musicians down there, it reminds me so much of Nashville, but Nashville has the infrastructure. It's got the management companies and publishing, PROs, record labels, and all that stuff. And there's elements of that in Memphis. That people that are super successful, like Boo Mitchell, he's running that Royal Studio down there, and he just won 2 Grammys with Kingfish. I don't know if y'all follow that guitar.
Oh, yeah. He's from Mississippi, where I'm from.
Yeah,
and you're from.
What part of Mississippi you from?
I'm from Jackson area.
Yeah, man, that's a great city too, man.
Where the sheep are nervous.
Yeah. Oh man, listen, my lights are flying.
Yeah, I see that.
When you're freezing.
Yeah, you're freezing up. Hey, Anthony, if you're still there, appreciate you for coming on, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, again,
absolutely.
Well, so while he's froze, I'm going to remove him in case he does try to come back. But I remember seeing y'all's name playing with Texas Hippie Coalition.
Man, they were great. They were a great band.
Well,
I think we did 3 or 4 festivals up north. We did a show with Saliva in Tennessee. Then we went up to Ohio.
now, was it what year was this?
This was last year.
Last year. So that was that Incarceration?
No, what the hell was it?
No. Pinkerton Palooza?
It wasn't Pickapalooza that I know of.
Okay.
Great White was last year.
I can't remember the names of these places.
Louisville?
I can't remember the festivals. I mean, I could look it up, but I can't remember.
No worries. I was just wondering. So when that was, I didn't know. Yeah, shit. Well, that sucks, man.
Yeah, they played up in Indiana. We did a festival in Indiana. We did a few festivals up north, and then we ended up, we were traveling up north, just doing some one-off festival shows, and we finally decided to do our CD release down in Florida, which we just did. So our next two shows, the only thing we have scheduled now is in August as of now, and they're in Florida. Because all the guys are there, and we have a new booking agency we're dealing with. We'll see what they come up with. But as of now, we're scheduled for a suicide benefit show in August 21st.
Nice. Hell yeah.
And then 26th, we have a show at Clearwater, Florida.
Okay.
Okay. If we can go, we'll go wherever we need to if we need to. But it costs a lot of money to hop on a bus and go anywhere, especially with these shitty gas prices. So that's going to have to,
things are going to change.
Routing and scheduling, it has to be well worth it, for us to do it. And I'm not talking about just money wise. I'm talking about the stuff.
Yeah.
So you were at the Smoking Country Saloon on June 4th that was in Bloomville, Ohio.
Bloomville, yep.
Ron Keel, Texas Hippie, Liliac, Drowning Pool, and EMN.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right. I did not even know about that.
I didn't either. I don't even know where Bloomville's at.
Oh,
It's in the middle of a fucking field, man. It was in the middle of nowhere. It was a cool. It was a cool stage, So it was a good event.
I think I remember Ron Keel telling me about because I talk to him sometimes online. I think he was mentioning something about that show. But I had no idea THC was there. And I've seen THC once. But also, we need to throw a show together. Not definitely us playing together. Because we can come to Georgia. We don't give a shit. We love one-offs. We don't make no damn money, but we
also love shows in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
We'll work on that, buddy. We'll try to get Cincinnati going.
But definitely, if you don't have shit to do next weekend, try to come over. I don't know how far you are from. I don't know if you're near Atlanta or what, but
I'm about 45 minutes outside of it. Are you? Where was it?
That's a Knoxville show.
Where?
I didn't know how close you were to Knoxville.
Oh yeah, that's a couple hours, I believe.
Okay. But then also August. Is it August? Yes, August 19th. We're in Duluth, Georgia.
Yeah, Duluth. Yeah.
So,
whereabouts are you in down there by Atlanta? Are you?
I'm in Kennesaw, Ackworth area.
Oh, Kennesaw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
dated a girl that lived in Roswell for a time, so I'm kind of.
Yeah, I'm
familiar a little bit.
I hear gunshots all the time right now. But I'm moving further out even further into the country. So,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Hell no.
Hell
no. So so the CD's out. You redid it.
Yep.
Now, did you go back and redo everything, or did you just do the new guitar?
No, I changed a couple of guitar parts, but I'm done.
Yeah.
As far as that's concerned, I was done. Pedro redid the vocal. I had a singer, which is odd. I had a singer from England who recorded the first version of the CD from a band called Voodoo 6. Something about Voodoo. Yeah. Actually, Voodoo 6, his guitar player's in Judas Priest now. That's Richie Faulkner. He was
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was my singer, and I knew I wasn't going to work with him again because, truffle eating, tea sipping Brits don't go with, swamp rock. So it didn't work out. So Pedro redid all the vocals. Now there was a couple of songs that were on the original. The original CD was called Back Porch Boogie with the Peace Pipe Tribe. Nobody liked saying all that shit. So There was a couple of songs on there that Peter did not like, so we rewrote the lyrics and even come up with a couple of newer versions of some songs.
Okay.
But no, as far as us doing, I'm done. I wasn't going to screw with it no more.
Okay. But so basically just the singing. So
yeah, and a couple of solos.
Yeah. Okay. So the drums and everything else, so it's pretty much all done. So
okay. Like you said, Lonnie from he was in Every Mother's Nightmare. I guess he's in Hammer Down Hard now. He played drums on it. Who was my original drummer, and then a guy named John Austin played bass on it.
Is the guy you're talking about, Lonnie? Did he used to be in the military?
No.
Okay, so that's the drummer that EMN has now.
That's who they got now, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. All right, because the last time I saw them, it was a guy that was in the military. He was in the Army or something. Used to be.
The guy they got now, his name's Bones.
Bones. Yeah. Okay, I can't remember. So couldn't remember names, but okay. So yeah, and then you just got 2 shows on the books right now. You said
as of right now, we just have a new booking agency right now, so we're seeing what they're going to come up with. The thing is, we're not going to play every weekend. I mean, to me, it's just I don't want to play every bar, every dive, every venue just for the sake of playing. I mean, I really want it to be something that's going to be beneficial, and we don't want to play to an empty house.
Yeah.
So.
No doubt.
I believe that the label's working on a package deal with us and another band. I can't say who it is because they haven't announced that they signed with Dark Star yet.
Okay.
I think they're working on some shows with them, and our EPK went out to all the booking agents all over. So,
well, if you need a merch guy, that's my side thing.
Okay, yeah, send me some. Are you back?
Yeah, I do T-shirts and all kinds of stuff for Navy organizations because I was in the Navy, and I've kind of branched out. I'm working with Jack Russell's Great White now, and I got a couple others.
Something other than T-shirts. I bought
our T-shirts,
and I kind of work with the guy up there in the corner too.
Okay, well, you have to do something other than shirts because I got tired of paying high prices. I bought the heat press and all that shit. We do it ourselves because that's
okay.
So much. But I could talk to you about some other merch that we can't
Absolutely.
do.
I'd love to hear it. So, real quick, before I got you here, I was looking you up. The Decade of Decay, is that the first record then? Because you said something else.
That's the first CD. We put that out in 2005. That came out first, yeah.
Okay. So, now that I've been introduced to you and so forth, now I'm going to go out and try and locate this stuff and pick that up.
It's all distributed all over the place now.
And normally I start from the beginning and work my way up.
They're pimping the shit out everywhere, man. I just get little nickels here and there, so I don't know where it's all at. But
so I can't buy it directly from you then.
Well, yeah, you can. Well, not the CD. You can. You need to go to Dark Star Records to get it through them.
Because I like to put a little bit more money. Well, I was gonna say I like to put a little more money in your pocket than somebody else.
You can buy the first CD or even the limited edition versions.
No, that's what I'm saying. The first CD, The Decade of Decay, that's the one I want to get.
Yeah, you order that direct through us. Go to the website. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I am like I said, I am big on buying from the band.
Right.
Rather than going out secondary market record store or a lot of times in my case eBay to find stuff that I can't find anymore. I would rather give it to you.
Anthony. I think I could speak for Anthony too. We appreciate that shit a lot more when you buy direct.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it works out better for us.
Again, like I said, because I do the T-shirt thing. So when I go to the merch table and I'm looking for T-shirts, I'm also looking at that CD there. I'd rather buy it there at the show from you because I know you're getting a bigger chunk of that.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not just that. You'd rather buy it from personally. It's just a little more personal.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, and like you were saying earlier, with us being older guys and being from a whole different, age demographic where you want to open up the CD and look and read and all this shit. This CD
absolutely
is like
I said, you can kind of see that I'm not really a Spotify guy.
Yeah. Well, I made it a point, we put out a couple of limited edition versions, which was just the booklet, or the sleeve shit. The CD that got released in February, it's a 16 page. It's got all the information that nobody gives a shit about except people like us.
Oh, yeah.
But I figured this is going to be the last thing I ever do. I want to read it,
Absolutely.
Well, I got a question for both of y'all. How's y'all's thoughts or feelings, or what do you think's going on with this, with vinyl? Are y'all on board with that? I know it's way fucking expensive.
It's ridiculous.
And if you have a label that's gonna pay for it, I mean, that's totally different. And because they can get it cheaper anyway, and they can, because they can press, 10,000 fucking copies. When you're only buying 50 copies or 100, I mean, good God, you're spending $30 a piece yourself.
Well, yeah, Anthony, did Frontiers press vinyl on your last CD? Because I thought they did. I know, checking myself, it's like $4,000 for, I don't know, 100 or some bullshit like that. It's like you really have to have pre-sale orders to justify purchase.
Right. Yeah, and you got to sell them for $40 a piece.
Yeah, and who the fuck's going to buy Voodoo Moonshine shit for $40 a piece? You know what I mean?
Well, it depends on how good it is, my man. It depends on how good it is.
I think it's kind of cool that you do something kind of special for the fans. So, I mean, we did the Unplugged record that we let out during the pandemic. Like I said, we were supposed to go in the studio and do another, full record, and we started looking at each other and we said, we're not sure when that's ever going to happen. And
I didn't know that. I didn't know y'all did an Unplugged record.
I didn't either. The last I heard was the Bastards.
This is crazy because we had a really good friend. His name was Jim Green. He was a promoter. He grew up in Memphis. He started out doing promotion about the same time I started singing. So I've known this guy for about 35 years or something. And we kind of, at the beginning, we didn't bump into each other that much. But later on in life, we started doing a lot of shows together. He started running an amphitheater in South Haven, Mississippi.
What are you talking about? The big outdoor one?
Yeah. It was
Snowden Grove?
The bank amphitheater. I'm trying to think. I'm drawing a blank. Excuse me, because it's changed names now. But he was so nice to us, man. He would call me. He knew in the pipeline when bands were coming, and he would tell me like White Snake or Leonard Skinner was coming for a Wounded Warriors thing. He'd go, I want you to come play, man. It's gonna be a huge audience. It'll be a great time for y'all. And he could have picked anybody, and he picked us. And so he started talking to me a few years back. He said, I really think y'all should do an acoustic set in Memphis. We had a specific club. We always played Minglewood Hall in Memphis that we kind of
Minglewood. That's it.
Yeah. We'd been hanging our hat there for a while. And he said, I want to do something really intimate. And there was a place called Lafayette's. It holds about 350 people. I think it's a fairly new revised version of an old venue that used to be down on the square. And he said, I want to do this, and I want y'all to do it acoustic. And it's really funny. Keith, our guitar player, he wants to be on a freaking Marshall on 10, man. He doesn't want to do acoustic stuff. He just likes so I have to do a little bit of, work. I said, I'm going to have to work on this a little bit. But anyway, Jim goes, I really think it'd be something cool for the hometown crowd because y'all have never done it. And we started thinking about it. And he said, I have one request. He said, if we can pull it off, I want you to record it. He said, I want you to record this event because he goes, I think it's going to be something that's going to surprise you. And so we did it with him, and Jim passed away, man, a year and a half ago, back in 2020. And we did it in the summer of 2019. And we just were thinking about it, that it all happened because of him. Like, we have these vinyls pressed up. We took only 5 songs. We did a little EP, and we did it during COVID. We said, we want to do something for the crowd. We're not going to be able to let out new music for a minute because we're not going to be together. And so we picked out like 5 of the songs. And what was so fun about that thing, and I don't mean to be long-winded about it, but it was just so cool because we went kind of deep dive. We went into some songs and stuff in that set that we've never played before. It was so fun. And we surprised the audience. We had to throw in a couple that they knew. So, I mean, we did like Phantom Rider and all those kind of songs, but we did some other ones that nobody would have ever thought in a million years that we pulled out. And just to see their face when it's, because, our hometown crowd, that we are so indebted to them. They're the whole reason that we ever got started in the first place. And when I look in that audience, I've partied with every one of those people in there. I've stayed out all night. We've done so many crazy memories together and stuff. And when I look, I mean, I'm looking at dudes that I went to high school with in 9th grade that they were sitting there at the VIP table when I walked in, and we spent the whole night together, hanging out, partying and drinking and talking. So that night was really special. So we let out 5 of them, and then we held on to a few of the other things that are outtake kind of things that we said maybe we'll let out a second half of it at some point, or maybe we'll just tease out a few of them at a time. But kind of what y'all were talking about a minute ago, to get back on your conversation about vinyl and stuff, we're kind of in a different mode, I guess, with our business and stuff. We did that whole full Frontiers album, and man, we busted our nuts. The band really did. They did a ton of pre-production. We had a small, tiny budget for not only financially, but just time-wise, man. I'm in Nashville, they're down there. And so they knew those songs upside down and backwards. And we cut that record live, man. We went to Sam Phillips studio recording service. If y'all don't know about it, or your listeners don't know about it, Sam Phillips had Sun Records. He found Howlin' Wolf, Jerry Lewis, Johnny Cash, Roy Orbison, this guy, Elvis Presley. And then he sold it to RCA, Sun Records, and he went on that same block. He drove down the street to an auto body shop, and he gutted it, and he built his own studio. He built his own echo chamber, and it is still decorated like 1960. When you walk in there, it looks like Sam Phillips is fixing to come walking indoors. It's got this weird seafoam green. It's got black and checkered floors, black and white checkered floors. But I was so excited because everybody has recorded there, man. The Stax Soul people had played there. Robert Plant, one of my biggest influences, recorded there. Bob Dylan recorded there. I mean, I was standing in the spot where they all sang, and they had in a little vocal booth, and the band was live out in the room. And we looked at each other and said, we're fixing to cut the record. We would do the tape and let John listen to make sure we got the drum track he wanted. And then and while we're listening, Keith was doubling his guitar. So he'd use a Fender on one, his Strat, and then he'd double it with a Les Paul or something. And we were clicking through them. We did all the tracks in like 2 days. Keith did overdubs, and I sang for 2 days, and that was the record. We did everything in about 8 days.
Damn.
It was hauling ass, but they busted their balls on it. But the reason I'm saying that is we did that project, and we pressed the vinyl and all that. And then we said, did anybody listen? We had 3 songs that we teased. We did one called Rose of Jericho.
Right.
We did Silence the Sirens, and then we did Son of a Prodigal Son, the video.
Mm-hmm.
But we said, did they listen to any of the other things like Lights Up the River or all these other songs that we really we spent a lot of time.
Well, I did because I bought the CD. So
yeah, and so this approach we did different. We went in the studio and we said, this time instead of rushing John through his drum tracks and everything, we said, let's just take our time, man. We only need the room really for his drums now. I mean, that's kind of, and to be in a kind of a destination place together. And so we've just taken our time. We cut about 12 tracks, back last summer on in May and July. And we said, let's just work on them one at a time and kind of let them out and see if people like them. Cool. If they don't, we'll just throw another one out behind it and hear that they're like checking it out, man. And let's just do some like research. Are they checking it out? So we've kind of went in this different mindset. And I don't know, maybe this is a great way to talk to you guys about it, man, just for myself, for marketing research. But it feels a little bit different because I think you kind of have to, each person has to decide what is the time limit on that. Like how long is the life of the single, like from a long time ago, working for record labels and stuff up here, it'd be 16 weeks or 24 weeks or something like that. Right. We're in a different world, man. My son plays me a song. He plays me 30 seconds of the song and goes, I got to show you something else. And I'm like, well, I just didn't wait.
I got that shit too. That ain't
right now. Our people have us on a 3-month single.
Yeah,
that's what I'm. That's what we try to do.
And it either just dwindles down or it continues. So I mean, I don't think you could put a time limit on it. I mean, I think if it's just keeps on rolling, it just keeps on rolling.
Well, like you said, Jeff, you were talking about earlier how industry people or whatever had came to you about songs from the past.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's
and what's funny that them contacting me about shit from the past. So our next single was one of the songs that I got contacted about, a few years ago. Now I'm like, okay, we got the video ready, so this is going to be the next single. And then they're listening to it going, yeah, I don't think so, man. It's like a 5-minute song, and we don't want, so I'm like, so you can't win. So you just got to do what you want. You know, I mean,
Exactly.
I guess you got to wait and put out your Zeppelin and Eagle shit when you've earned it, because apparently they don't want no 5-minute song. It doesn't even kick in until 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So where's our 3 minute and 13-second, you know, zippity song? Let's put that out.
Yeah, it's true, man. You know what's crazy, man? I was watching up here. There was a couple of country artists, man, that I noticed their songs were 2 minutes and 30 seconds long that were getting in heavy rotation on the radio.
More pop now, of course. Well, of course, it has been for a few years.
More time for advertisements. That means I can, you know, slide in one more advertisement. I mean, I'm not saying go there.
I never thought about it that way, but that's true.
I kind of get it how that one got into rotation, because now they can, you know, put another. If you got a friend diamond business or whatever on there.
Yeah, but if it's like the country station here in Cincinnati, you're going to hear that particular song 8 times in one day.
Yeah.
So, you know, what starts as a 2 minute, 54-second song is now 18 minutes worth because you've heard it, you know, 6-8 times a day.
Yeah.
You know, I've learned a lot here in the last few months with setting our singles out and having publicists and all this shit, and then getting on Billboard and stuff. I don't know, Anthony, if you've paid attention or focused more on how Billboard works. And then, so I'm watching how Billboard's works, and I hear how it works. And then you see how Ghost released their album, and it shot up to #1, you know, first week. And then it's down to like 37 the next week. And then it's off the charts within the third week. I mean, it's so weird how everything's the whole landscape's changed, you know, for everything when it comes to radio, you know, and plays.
But is Billboard even relevant anymore?
I turn on the freaking radio, which I rarely do, and it's the same shit I heard 10 years ago. You know, the same rock, you know, the same rock channels playing the same songs from 10 years ago. So the whole landscape's totally different, you know, than what it was.
That's rock. I mean, if you turn it on a pop station, that's going to be totally different. If you turn it on a country station, it's going to be different, you know, for the most part.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same thing anymore. Pop and country.
Yeah. You know, rock is just, I'm not saying rock's dead by any means. It's not, but people are dead to rock music, if you ask me.
Well,
it's not.
To me, country music has taken over where metal and hard rock was in the 80s, when that was the pop music of the day.
It's not pushed like it was.
But now country is the pop music of the day.
Yeah.
Country music now is 80s rock to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Not as cool though. Just not as cool.
Yeah.
Oh, they even look like 80s rockers, some of them.
They want to be.
It's funny now. I wonder about that. We talk about this a lot because of you know, it's such a corporate setting now for radio and all that stuff. It used to be on the DJs, the local and regional people had their finger on the pulse of what was happening, what bands were getting, action and engagement and stuff. And now it's one guy sitting in an office somewhere that says, "Hey, here's the 20 songs we're playing this week," and you got to find some kind of leverage to get in there, you know, with your management company, your PR company, or your record label, or whatever it is that you got to throw at them. It's a lot different. So now I wonder in my conversations that I have, the circles that we're talking is it going to turn into where apps and stuff turn into being like the radio stations were a long time ago? Because over in the Pan Asian area, you know, they all have streaming services that are localized. They're promoting the local music in those apps. Y'all are seeing now like Phoenix 360 and Audio Us and things like that, where bands are just starting their own app, you know, and it's like every time you're using my app, I'm getting paid off this, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Such a different mindset. We used to all go for a street date and try to gather everybody at one time and sell, 600,000 units in the first week or whatever it was. And now we're trying to do the long tail. I need longevity, man. I need people to run back through, the Moonshine catalog and say, man, I'm going to go dig. Now that I've heard him, I'm going to go listen to everything he's got. Because we participated one transaction. It was you buying that piece of product, and then you went and burned 1,000 cassettes or CDs or whatever it was, and I didn't participate in that. But now I track every time you're listening, even though it's a little bitty tiny, they're working on it. Legislation. It took them 15 years to even get something before Congress, but they're working on getting the royalty rates better. The CRB's looking at it.
Yeah.
are lobbying Congress going, hey, none of this other part of the industry exists without these creator people, the guys that are sitting there writing the songs, right?
But that's what I was telling them before you come on about Peter Frampton, having to go to Congress and go, I got paid $2,500 for my royalty check, and I've got the same fucking album that's been in the charts for 50 years, It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is crazy. I don't know, man. It is changing. It's exciting, though. It is, because the technology and resources that we have that we're accessible to and stuff blows our mind now, because we had to do everything, go knock on doors and boots on the ground and do it. And we still believe in that. I'm not saying we're abandoning that, but even we saw it through COVID, through technology and stuff, man, that we still had a way to think outside the box and get in touch with people. Right. We need each other. I think we realized that, man. As bad as everything was, it shook everybody to the core. I think we'll go way away from this before we really realize the impact of what happened. But
it helped, by doing the quarantine videos. I mean, everyone in their own house doing what you had to do. What it hurt was obviously working bands, but it hurt cover bands, because they're like, holy shit, what do we do now? Now we got to learn how to write a song. You know? So it changed a lot.
And the crew people, all those people that would leave their house in March and stay gone till November or something. I had friends of mine that called me and said, I've been working doing music for 25 years, man. This is what I do, and I can't leave my house. What the hell's going on? But that because that happened, it made people change directions. It made them think of other ways. And all those venues that came up with that new technology to live stream, that's never going away. They're going to sell that physical location. And then now when Jeff and I go play a show, the people that want to buy a ticket and sit on their couch, they can still get a ticket. It's going to be unlimited tickets to those. I mean, Live Nation, as bad as everybody goes off about them, about them gouging you through your ticket sales and all that, that was kind of smart. They did it through, I think, 60 of their venues right away in COVID. So they said, it was people like Black Crows and all that wanted to go to some special location and do a broadcast, and they said, it's going to be safe. Nobody's going to be in here, but we're going to make the setting and we're going to jet it out with great sound that you can see.
Monsters of Rock did it.
Well, and the thing is, it's hard for independent artists or broke ass bands. That costs a lot of money to get that set up, because we were thinking, okay, well, we're doing the quarantine shit. What else can we do? So we're going to play. We're going to get together. We're going to play because there's stipulations. We can't have people in here with us. So let's live stream it. And then you start adding up the numbers. It's like, and it just costs too much. So people like Live Nation and those companies, that helps. They're going to get their money. But if they can, a
lot of people, anybody that starts making money, I noticed it with local venues. Anybody that gets established and is sustaining good, money, that big corporation person kind of comes in and gobbles them up. That's what happened to my friend. It was in Memphis. He had two amphitheaters, one in South Haven and one in Little Rock, and he just rode the highway back and forth. And he had all the biggest acts. I mean, it was all the rock people, country people, pop people. He didn't care. He was like, I want asses in the seats. This is going to be awesome. Yeah. And the next thing he knew, they were like, knocking on the door. Hey, guess what? Live Nation's coming in. They didn't the opportunity. But anyway, the main thing is we're all kind of getting back out in the open. Everybody's kind of got an agenda and something they're trying to, something they're trying to accomplish. And that corporate entity thing is always going to be there. When it gobbles somebody up, it shoots all these people out into the community again. They start seeding the place again, and they start building again. So it'll happen. The ones that are stay with it and stay committed. It's a crazy business, y'all. You get beat up and knocked all over the place, but I love it, man. I've been in it so long. I just get excited for the next generation. We see the resources and the technology they have. They're going to change the world, man. There's no doubt in my mind, man. The people that are coming into the industry now, and even on that touring side, just think about it. All those bands that travel, the people like Aerosmith and the Rolling Stones and all that, their crew people are their age, man. And some of those people, happened, they said, hey man, now that I've been off the road for 2 years, I think I'm just going to chill. And so they go and grab the next level under them to come be the guitar tech.
But and that's the thing. There's no
level entry level job.
Kids want to grow up to be a roadie anymore.
No.
Yeah.
They don't want to be that guy. Oh, that's just too much work. I got to lift something.
Yeah,
man.
It's funny, man. Y'all know at my school, I teach, and those kids are there, and a lot of them come in and they see the music business like a disco ball. They see the shiny, hey, I'm see that guy
That's
on
great.
stage, but they don't realize that there's 1,000 other details that are behind the scenes that make that guy walk out there and look like $1 million. And when we start talking about it, they go, "Oh crap! I didn't even know that existed. What is that job?" You know. So it's pretty cool. It's fun to talk about it every day. I love doing it.
Yeah.
But so let me ask you a question, Anthony, on that. So are you saying now the new thing is you're going to be able to play to 100,000 people at a show and only 6 people in the venue?
I don't know. Potentially. Look, let me ask y'all this. Let's see.
Okay, I want to do that.
Because call me crazy,
Yeah.
but I'm not spending 25, 35 and up for a ticket to sit on my couch.
Yeah.
Now, granted, the beer's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper, and I'm going to be right in the front row at every show.
Yeah.
But it's not the same experience.
Not the same energy. And listen, I totally agree with you on that. I mean, I like being there where we're hugging each other and we're spilling our drink on each other and we're having that experience.
Absolutely.
It's the experience.
But think about
right here is what I want.
yes,
That's the stuff I miss, man.
yeah.
You don't get this sitting on my couch.
The thing that blew my mind was, do you know that people went to a concert in on Twitch into Fortnite, the video game, and watched somebody do a concert as an avatar?
I don't even know what you just said.
Yeah.
I understand. He doesn't know shit about technology.
I honest to God have no idea what you just said.
He still
Now,
has
is it something that our audience is
Avatar. That's all I know.
our audience would do? I don't know. I don't think so. And I get what you're saying. I'm about the live experience too, but we saw this through COVID. A couple of those artists, the big ones that pop and hip hop, they did a concert in there. 12 million people watched a 12-minute concert of a guy that was an avatar. He looked like a little video game character. Okay. He flew in like a falling star. He hit the ground and exploded, and he was big as King Kong, and he did a 12-minute set in front of a bunch of people standing around in a video game.
That is.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's crazy. It's just
To tell you what it is, Keith, it's like a sim type game. So it's kind of like the war games, Black Ops and all that kind of shit, where everybody online is playing.
He said Fortnite, and I thought of that stupid ass dance thing that they. That's the only thing I can think of.
No, it's an actual.
well. Anyway, listen, I don't know where it's going. We don't know what we're gonna do. We may be changing the channel with a chip in our head. I don't know, but
here's the thing, though. What about those concerts that they have and they put them out at drive-in movie theaters?
Yeah, that
Same
was
thing.
yeah, it was a thing for a while, and it was.
It's cool because it is on a big screen and you can drive out to it, and it's a little bit of an experience.
Man, I don't know if I could get into playing to cars. I mean, I know people are there. They're sitting in their cars with the speaker, though. I don't know if I could play, on stage.
Where do I buy my T-shirt at? Where do I buy my CD at?
You're right.
How do I get a guitar pick, for fuck's sakes?
Yeah, we got to make that happen.
Garth Brooks did it.
We need each other too bad, man.
Bon Jovi did it. Metallica, I think, did it.
Yeah, well, Metallica's a bunch of assholes. Who cares?
Metallica can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah,
and get away with it.
Yeah.
It's like the Saint Anger album. They get away with it. Anyway,
Yeah. I'm excited. We'll see what happens. We're still playing live. We're walking out with our instruments, and we're going to do it in front of the audience. That's how we've done it. And we still love it. We're very lucky that it's still the same original dudes and that we get to do it. And we still genuinely enjoy being around each other. We're still telling the same dumb jokes that we did, 20 years ago.
And you can talk about all the shit you used to do years ago.
Yes, man. It's been a long time for us, man.
The stories don't get old.
We've been on some of the, the peaks, the highest, shouting from the mountaintop, and then we've been in some deep, dark places too, man. Jeff knows. He's talked to me on the phone a couple of times where I was like, man, I don't know what's going on. I'm like trying to be creative, and I don't know if anybody's listening or paying attention or if it's just an outlet for me or whatever. But to me, it's just part of who I am. I've tried to, step away from that part of myself a couple of times, and I can't do it, man. It's just part of, the music is such a powerful force, man. It's been a part of my life since as far back as I can remember. So,
well, the cool thing too is that you're doing it with those guys you grew up doing it with.
Yeah.
So there's that connection. It's not you. It's not the Anthony Quarter Project with 5 guys that, nobody knows who they are, but they're there playing, walking shoes or something, and you're like, yeah, you're playing it, but dude, you weren't there when it was written. It's just not the same.
Yeah.
I had a guy a few years ago. I was doing an interview, and of course, this was over the phone. I love doing videos so much better. You can see people's reactions and know what's going on, and know how to, go with it. But this guy asked me, he said, tell me a band. He said, there's no bands out there that have all the same exact original members from when they started. I'll be damned, Tora fucking does.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's crazy. And we've all stepped back.
There's not many.
At one time or another. We always kind of put family first. We're all tight. We never really had a huge blowout. I mean, we fought like brothers, man. They're the closest thing to a brother. I've got one sister, so I grew up with them. But we never really had one of those like finale kind of, okay, this is it. We just kind of all would step away at certain times if we needed to, if we had family obligations or our children or whatever. And so, when we went back to do that Bastards of Bill record, we walked in with a clean slate. We didn't bring any old music. We walked in and we put a freaking poster board on the wall like we did when we were little kids and put fake titles on there and said, all right, we're going to go through here's the Jimi Hendrix lick. Here's the Led Zeppelin influence one. Here's the, and when we walked in, we were all wondering, man, because it had been a long time since we had done new music. And we just got so excited when we got in the rehearsal room because we just said, man, it's what it's us four when we play. That's that sound, man. It's John on his instrument, and Patrick and Keith and me. When we're all together, that's what it sounds like. And so anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to get on the roll about that.
No, not at all.
That's cool for you, man. I think I've had like 5 drummers, 3 bass players, 4 singers, and I think that's why the longevity of our band is. I'm in Georgia, they're in Florida.
Did you ever think maybe it was you, Jeff? Did you ever think maybe you're the problem?
I think so. I think we've had a breakthrough. I finally accept it. Apparently, I'm the asshole. Well, I know, but I'm just in denial. No, I mean, think about that, Anthony, because you guys are all the original guys. That doesn't happen.
No.
People through the fucking window at times,
Well, things do happen. I mean, people pass and stuff like that. The Rolling Stones, the drummer and everything. But to have a band together and not changed out at least one member, that's just unheard of.
Yeah,
it's really unheard of. It's unique these days. I mean, I think the guys that I have now, we're all settled. We all know our position in the band and the business. And, even though I say, I wrote the album and started it 10 years ago, I mean, I've always given everyone free reign. Hey, man, change this, do what you want, make a remark. This is the Jeff show. This is Voodoo Moonshine. And I'm anti-guitar player, man. I've tried getting other guitarists to take over. Do more leads. Let me be the old guy in the back, jamming that tries not to break a hip, but it didn't work out, But now with what we're writing now, I mean, everyone can do whatever the hell they want. I mean, if it's for the betterment of the band, I'm all for it,
Exactly. And this right here this is 3 totally different ways of writing, and mine's a totally different reason why too. But Anthony, they do most of their writing as a band. Tora does. You, Jeff, writing, most all of the stuff and bringing it and presenting it to them. And we kind of work that way too, but it's, my band, my other 2 guys are in Mississippi and I'm up here in Cincinnati. So we can't get together and write. So it's like, I write something, send it to them. One of them will write something, send it to me. And then, and then when we all get together, we make it work, So, but
we've all been doing it long enough, It shouldn't take that we have to practice 7 days a week to get good. We've all been doing it 30, 40 years. We should have our art and our tool down. So when we get the shit done in a couple of days and go do what we got to do,
Right.
And that's the same with writing, So, just the other day, Pedro sent me a new song. I'll throw it in my recorder. I'll start laying tracks. I'll make changes. I mean, that's just writing,
Does he play guitar too, or does he just write lyrics?
That guy, man, he pisses me off. He's got 5-octave voice. He plays bass like Flea. He plays drums. He plays guitar. I'm like, man, you make me sick. The guy can play everything, and he's a pretty boy. Doesn't smoke.
He don't even need you.
No, he does not need me. I think that's what the thing is, But no, he's pretty amazing. And he puts out Spanish music. He's got Spanish albums and shit out. So not only do it in one language, let's do it in 2 or 3. You know what I mean?
I can barely sing it in redneck Southern, so I mean, people still go, "What the fuck did he say in that?"
I got really lucky, because our drummer Eddie, he sings his ass off too. He does cover band stuff, and he gets out there and sings lead vocals, and so it's made life so much easier on me. So I don't have to do so much. That's great.
Anthony, before I forget, Jeffrey Reed wanted me to say hey to you.
Awesome, man. What's happening? What's happening? I'm happy.
He's doing Taproot, but he does more. He does mixing and mastering stuff. He doesn't really do much of the recording and stuff anymore. And he's got Taproot audio design, and he does a lot of movie soundtracks now.
Oh yeah, you know what? I was following him online. He just did that. They just let a movie out, didn't they?
Yeah, he's done a few, and they just got a new one just come out here not too long ago that he's did the soundtrack for, and not just the soundtrack. I mean, he's doing the audio for movies and shit. I mean, he stepped up in the world. But I texted him the other day. I said, "Hey, you want to mix and master our acoustic album?" He said, "Hell yeah!"
Wow, man, he's crazy. He was at Ardent when we were there, so we've known.
Exactly. Yeah, he was the intern then, wasn't he?
Yeah, man. They had guys that were there that were night guys. They kind of answered the door and got packages, checked on the studio and all that. And we would go in there, of course, and go like, we want to turn the tapes on and we want to hear stuff. And man, we would keep them in there all night. I mean, we'd stay in there listening to stuff. They were like, man, I've got a life. I want to go home. And we're like, we're listening. This is great. Let's go get another beer and hang out. He's like, he's a great guy though, and I'm glad he's doing. He's been really successful. He's doing really well. I'm happy.
Yeah, he is. He has definitely stepped it up, and he's doing so good that his ass goes fishing. I think for a week or two, at least once a month. I'm like, damn, dude, how do you get anything done?
Kind of showing out, man. I'm kind of jealous. He's showing his pictures and stuff. I'm like, damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, anything? What you got? Anything, Keith? You want to hit on before we get off here?
Well, first thing I want to say is it's been an absolute hoot tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been Jeff. You're awesome. Anthony, big fan of you, so getting you on there as well. It's just been an awesome show. I've had a blast tonight doing this.
Anthony came on too. I didn't expect him to hang out this long.
I didn't either. I thought he was going to be on.
It's been really cool though.
And be busy and have to go, but oh yeah.
Talk to you guys, man. Thank y'all so much for that.
Yeah, dude, no worries.
No, thanks for taking the time. Shit.
Also, every Sunday evening, I think if it happens every Sunday, I think he tries to. But Anthony does a thing where he comes on and plays us acoustic songs and tells little stories and stuff like that. So he's on his Facebook page. So definitely look for that and check that out. So
absolutely.
The cool thing about Anthony is he can actually play the guitar. I just drum and sing. So
he's one of the fucking guys.
Anthony's sitting there going and singing at the same time, and I'm like, nah.
Listen, thank y'all so much for having me. And for anybody out there that's listening, you can go to toratoramusic.com. There's a landing page. We'll grab your email. We'll keep you up to date on the shows coming out. All the social media is us. We're on there looking. We love hearing from you. So reach out to us at Torator Band. And we'll be looking for you, man. If you're in the Memphis area, come on out to Bill Street Music Festival, August 30th. We'll be there. It's a Saturday. We're going to be early in the afternoon, so around 2 o'clock, 2:30, somewhere right in that area.
That would be a blast. I'll be in San Antonio, though, Texas, for a Navy reunion. So I'll be drinking with a bunch of sailors.
Look out, Texas, man. You guys are
Anthony, he was going to come down to the show next weekend, but he can't make it. So
I got a buddy that lives in Knoxville, actually in Clinton, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And he's a guitar player. Actually, he knows Rick and a couple of the guys from Every Mother's Nightmare from way back in the day. And I was going to get him to come, and I was going to go down there and crash at his place and then come over and see you guys. But it's not in the cards, unfortunately.
We'll come to Ohio soon, man. I'm gonna make that happen. We gotta get back up there. We've had a lot of great times, man. And Jeff, man, it was great seeing you. I'm so happy about all your success and the things you got going on. I'm really proud for you. Hopefully, we'll get a show together at some point. So,
man, I'm hoping we can work it out, man.
Bring him to Ohio with you. Fuck, let's do it.
Right, man.
We can do it.
You guys have a great night, man. Thank y'all again for everything. I really enjoyed it.
Appreciate you. And I'll see you next weekend, Anthony.
Okay, yeah, y'all come see us. The Open Chord, man, Knoxville. You guys come out and see us, man. We'll talk to you.
Man, take it easy.
All right.
See you, Anthony. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, Jeff. Sorry we've been on here so damn long. You probably
That's right. That's all right. Like I said, I'm surprised he stayed on so long, but that was cool. He joined us.
Oh yeah.
It was. Having the both of you has been really cool.
Talked to him in a long time. Yeah, I think he messaged. It's been months and months and months, but yeah, I haven't really talked to him since I've lived up in Murfreesboro. You know, we've been
okay.
Direct.
It's been a while, so
yeah.
But yeah. So any last word? Not last words, but anything you want to throw out there? I mean, definitely people come see those shows. Check them out. Are the shows on your
I believe that they are posted.
Okay.
I believe they are listed on VoodooMoonshineRocks.com.
Okay.
If not, I think at least the Suicide Benefit Show on August 21st is listed. Maybe not the second show may not be listed yet.
Mm-hmm.
You got one for February 18th and you got one for August 21st. Is the only two on there.
Okay, so August 21st is the Suicide Benefit Show.
Yes.
And then we have one.
Where is that at in Florida?
Sanford.
That was in Sanford, and then we'll have one the 26th of August in Clearwater, Florida.
So that's a Sunday, August 21st.
It's a benefit. There's about 6 or 7 bands that are going to be there, I believe, and we're headlining it.
Okay.
Then that.
God, I wished I'd have known that. I'd have liked to got on that because, like I said, we're in Duluth on August 19th. That Friday night. So
yeah, I mean, I can see if they filled up the slots. I believe they've got their band lineup set up. I don't know.
Okay. Hey, if somebody backs out, we don't even have anything for Saturday night yet. I'm still working on that. Maybe Oxford, Mississippi, but would definitely love to do that. I mean, especially for a suicide benefit. I mean, I have an anti-suicide song I wrote for a solo album I did 2005. So yeah, definitely, especially I got a lot of friends in the military. Mr. Keith Caruso here was in the Navy and stuff, that PTSD stuff and everything. I mean, it's, what are the 22 counts a day of suicide? I mean, that's just, that's ridiculous. It's bad. So
yeah, it is. Yeah. So we're gonna, donate our time and try to make people happy, and it's a good cause.
That's a hell of a good cause. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
I believe they're raffling off a guitar. Well, they're raffling off all kinds of shit, but it'll be on the website. We'll post it as soon as all the information is available. And then, like I said, that following Friday on the 26th, we're in Clearwater at OCC playing a show down there.
Okay. Now, and I was talking about the vinyl stuff earlier. I didn't get to ask, and I was trying to ask Anthony. Didn't get to either. But do y'all have vinyl on anything?
Yeah, not yet. I mean,
not yet. Okay.
Our, if numbers keep going good, and the sales keep going good, I don't see why we won't. It's just, it's like I said, that's an expense. It's a big expense. I'd love to do it, and we'll just see. Maybe in our second or third pressing after the CDs, we'll see.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, Jeff's been a pleasure. Definitely check out Voodoo Moonshine. That's hard to say because I'm always sticking a damn 13 behind that damn thing. Voodoo Moonshine. And it's ironic that you're, God, was it you guitar player? You said no, the guitar player went there, and your other singer was Voodoo 6. Man, small world. Bunch of voodoos out there. So
that's right. Yeah.
But I can find your bottom of the barrel on eBay, but I would rather get it from you. So if I go to
just send a contact to the website, and I'll have them put it together for you. Because you'd end up paying extra shit for it on eBay.
Yeah, I'd rather say, well, that's what I'm saying. I look to see if it's even available, and it is, but I would rather get it from you because, like I said, and that's kind of one of my things I'm big on.
You probably want it signed or something.
Well, no, it's not even that per se, but it's one of the smart ass. But it's one of the things that I was going to say. Although that is kind of cool, though, if it is. But no, but one of the things a lot of people don't realize when they do the Spotify and all that kind of shit is that, the royalties, like you were talking about, that chunk of money. It's the same thing when you buy at a record store or on a third-party thing like eBay. You guys don't see the residual from that.
Nope.
The record company puts...
It's a necessary evil. I mean, it is that the whole industry's full of it. I mean, you got to have distribution. You have to have these locations, Otherwise, you're not going to sell them all out of your house by yourself,
Right.
So
no.
Everyone's if they're doing a good job for us and peddling our shit, then obviously they earn their money. But yeah,
right.
It's all a trickle effect, And when it comes to streaming, we really get screwed on streaming.
Well, like I said, I'm a physical copy guy. I personally would rather buy direct from you, and I preach that to people that I know. Chris can tell you, I preach that. Buy it directly from the frickin' band.
Yeah.
Yep.
Real quick, Jeff. Though, do y'all have any other merch available?
Oh yeah, hop on our website, man. We got all kinds of shit.
Cool.
We got all kinds of multiple t-shirts, hats.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about that. I sent you a Facebook request, so we'll talk about that.
Okay, sounds
I
good.
definitely love shirts. I wear band shirts at every damn show I go and play.
That's one great thing, man. We have outsold almost every band we've played with on merchandise.
That's killer.
Yeah,
that means you're doing your job on stage, though.
You're damn right.
No, seriously, you laugh, Chris.
Exactly.
Well, we have good logos, we have good merchandise, and the band name's cool. So,
yeah.
I guess when I go to people buy Slayer shirts and don't even know who the fuck Slayer are, because they got some cool shit.
Yeah.
So if you got that, that's good.
But if I go to a show where I see you playing on the bill and I don't know you,
and you put on a good show,
and you kick my ass on the stage, I'm going over here to the merch table and I'm buying your shirt.
Yeah,
I appreciate
because
that.
And then I'm going to go to a show and I'm going to wear it, and they'll be like, "Who the fuck is this?" And I'll be like, "Dude, you got to check these guys out."
Yeah, that's what we do. We both do that. We both promote shows, especially local. I don't want to not local, but especially up and coming bands, or should I say, independent bands.
Absolutely.
And, I use that word, scarcely independent, because you can be independent label, you can be independent on your own label, you can be independent and not have anything. So
you can be on fucking Columbia and still be an up and coming artist, and somebody don't know who you are.
Right. Exactly. So we definitely like promoting, and that's why I do this show. I mean, yeah, we have some famous people on here and there, but we love promoting the not the underdog, but the lesser known, I guess you'd say.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I know we're a little too young to be up and comers, but still, it's
It is what it is. I mean, or it couldn't be. It's not has-beens. That's always a good thing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so definitely, man, we'll be in touch, and talk about different things and shows and all kind of stuff like that. But yeah, man, we'll be definitely promoting the show, and promoting the your CD and stuff, and then so definitely. Well, appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having me tonight. And
thanks for being here, man. It was a pleasure.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right. Have a good one.
Take care, man.
All right. Later.
Yep.
Anyway, so yes, Talkbox Live. Sorry we went a little bit long tonight.
But we had a great show, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
There we go. But yeah, Mr. Jeff Losawyer. Damn it, I almost said sour again. Damn it.
Losawyer.
God, I gotta get that right. And
Tom Sawyer. Just say Losawyer.
Yeah, Losawyer. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. But yeah, check them out, man. Moonshine. God,
Voodoo Moonshine.
Fucking Moonshine. I can't talk for shit. Anyway, at least I was doing better while we are still alive. But anyway, so everybody check that out. I don't have my calendar in front of me. What do we got next week? I don't think we got anything right now.
Next week, we've got the Voodoo 13 Slam. No, I may have something, but I'm not 100% positive.
Okay. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't.
If not, we're going to discuss
Candlebox acoustic duo. And,
yes.
At the OTR in downtown Cincinnati, Ohio. And then, of course, me opening for Anthony Corder of Tora Tora over in Knoxville, Tennessee at the Open Chord on Saturday night. And then there's some local boys on April 28th, which is next 2 Thursdays from now, going to be at the Blue Note. And I can't remember the name of the band. The guy's name is Thomas Cheek. And the name, God, I can't remember. Anyway, his band is opening for 10 years. And I've seen 10 years a few times, and they are fucking just amazing live.
No idea who that is.
Okay, they came out late 90s, early 2000 area.
Is it like the whole Saliva Tantric?
No.
They're
They're more along the lines of a mixture between, and I hate to say a mixture of anything, but Tool meets Chevelle. So
okay. So yeah, in other words, pass.
Yeah, no. See, you don't know what good music is there. Not my cup of tea. Sorry, we didn't get you a cup of tea tonight, but
that's okay. That's okay. I had a blast with what we did.
We'll save it for the next time.
Absolutely.
We do on the 27th, however, have Andy Barrel. Is that right?
Andy Barrels, yes.
Okay, who is he with again?
He is the bass player for the band called Black Diamonds.
Yeah, Black Diamonds. Okay, all right. So that is going to be on the 27th of this month, which is 2 Wednesdays from tonight.
Correct.
And after that, I don't have anything on the 4th, but I do have Chris Lane interview on the 11th.
No, the 4th is Zinny Zan from Shotgun Messiah, and
okay, I didn't have that written down yet. So send that to me in a message, and that way I can put it on my thing.
I will definitely do that. That's going to be a good one too.
Yeah,
looking forward to that one.
Don't have anybody else right then, but then May 6th is going to be, of course, May 5th is Cinco de Mayo, so get out and eat your damn Mexican. That's May 5th. May 6th at Riverfront Live is going to be lit. And then May 7th, which me and this man will be at the Blue Note in Harrison, Ohio, seeing the Iron Maidens and what's the name of that damn band?
The Iron Maidens and Burning Witches.
Burning Witches. That's it. Burning Witches at the Blue Note. And then I don't really have anything else on here.
I might be going to Chicago to see Nightwish on the 12th. I don't know yet.
Okay. June 10th is Enough. June 11th, I'm going to be up in Wisconsin playing with PJ and Steve from Trickster again. So that's going to be fun. And then the very next weekend on Saturday is the Jam Slam, Grand Slam. What fucking show is that? Anyway, Tom Kiefer, LA Guns, and Faster Pussy.
The Sonic Slam.
The Sonic Slam. That's it. Okay.
Enough's Enough and Pretty Boy Floyd's are playing at the King of Clubs in Columbus on the 10th of June.
Yeah. So, I would like to go to that, but since I got to be in Wisconsin the next night, I don't think I'm going to be making it.
Now, don't forget tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to have The Last in Line with Tara Lynch at JD Legends.
Oh, that's tomorrow night?
That's tomorrow night.
Oh, you're going to that, huh?
I am going to that, yes.
Okay, I may try to come up there.
I am going to that, yes.
At least catch her show.
Yes.
Last in Line, and they're good. I just I don't want to see that again.
Well, I'm going to stick for it, but yeah, she's
really good. No, I'm just saying because I don't want to be out late.
No, I know. No, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying I'm going to stick for that one.
Get in touch with her. meet her and all that good stuff. And then also,
yeah, because she's going to be on the show.
Right, exactly. June 24th.
June 8th, by the way.
Huh? June 8th?
She'll be on the show June 8th. Yes.
Okay, I need to write that down too. Yes, and that also in the message. June 24th, Voodoo 13 full band, rock band, is going to be at Locust Alley in Natchez, Mississippi on June 24th. And then June 25th in Long Beach, Mississippi, we're going to be on the coast with that nasty ass chocolate fucking seawater. It's not good over in the Mississippi area. It's not blue like Destin. Anyway, we're going to be at a bar called Trax Lounge playing with Scattered Hamlet. So we got those 2 shows coming up. And we got more, but those we'll talk about all those later and everything. Hitting the studio in May and all that good stuff, writing some new shit. But yeah, any other shows? I mean, I know God, JD Legends has got some shows June 9th.
I just found out September 10th.
Mm-hmm.
September 10th at the King of Clubs. Striper's going to be there.
Yes. I already knew that. Yeah. But when is Jack Russell going to be at?
Jack Russell's going to be there July 9th.
July 9th.
July 9th. It's a Saturday night.
It's going to be July 29th is Lita.
Lita Ford will be there.
Firehouse too, right? Lita Ford.
Yeah, Lita Ford and Firehouse. And Steelheart and Winger are going to be in Pickerington, Picktown Palooza on Thursday, the 14th of July.
Yeah. And the King of Clubs got a lot of good shows coming up. I can't remember what all they have. May 4th, Zenny Zane, June 8th. Wait a minute.
That's for you.
Oh, well, you didn't put who for June 8th, but that's
yeah, that's
Tar Lynch. Okay, cool. Okay. So so everybody have a good one. We're gonna get off of here. We've been on here all too damn long for y'all. But we love you. Check us out, Talkbox Live. Look at us on YouTube and hit that subscribe and ding that bell. You get notified when we are gonna go live. So that's gonna be awesome. Check us out on Facebook, on Instagram. Well, we're not on Instagram, but whatever. We are on Twitter and all that good stuff. And Talkbox Live on Facebook. And peace out. Love you, everybody. Keith.
Later, folks.
Later.